I don't know. Pure genius, if you ask me. You can call me Nostradamus. I called it, right? I called it. I said the Philadelphia 76ers were going to hire, most likely, Nick Nurse as part one of the I got it scenario. Y'all remember that? I'm sure you do. So one of my last podcasts is where I presented the Siakam trade scenario. Well, what do you know? First part of that plan is hiring the former head coach of the Toronto Raptors, Nick Nurse, which was kind of a no-brainer. You know, him and Daryl Morey already had a relationship. So it kind of made sense, right? Let's talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the breakdown brought to you by Sports News Stream. And I'm your host, Vernon F. And what we do here is we present you with the hottest sports topics going on today. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. No brainer. No brainer over here. And Nick Nurse definitely wanted this job. He turned down a few offers, including a very, very handsome offer from the Phoenix Suns. Like I said, Daryl Morey and Nick Nurse have worked together in the past. It seems like Daryl Morey is definitely loyal to the individuals and or comfortable, or maybe the latter, of people that he's worked with in the past. I mean, all the way down to the players, house. I mean, he's grabbed everybody. You might as well call them the Houston Sixers. I mean, so there's no surprise that Daryl Morey went with someone that he's comfortable with. May have been leaning towards Monty Williams, but hey, Nick Nurse is a defensive strategist. He definitely comes up with a lot more schemes for certain key players in certain key games. And I think that's what Doc was missing. And I think the Sixers now understand more than ever. Listen, we got to go ahead and try to put these moves together before this window that is rapidly closing for Joel Embiid expires. And don't think Joel Embiid isn't going to come back with even a stronger chip on his shoulder. Because let's be clear, Miami won last night, cruised into the NBA Finals. It'll be Denver versus Miami. I believe Denver will beat Miami in 6. Jokic will win the MVP of the finals, and this will fuel Joel Embiid to come back even stronger and harder. You thought his campaign for an MVP of the league was crazy. What do you think he's going to feel like once Jokic is raising that MVP of the finals up, that MVP trophy for the finals? Oh, man. So we already know that this is going to happen. Siakam, I believe, will be coming to the Sixers. And if not, they will make a serious splash into this free agency market. What's left out there, or whatever's out there. You know, Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics. You know, questions on whether he's coming back to Boston or not. You know, that might be a scenario that the Sixers look at. They need another guy that can get to the rim, that can make his own shot, is solid defensively, and can help the Sixers get past the second round. I'm not saying Jalen Brown's the answer to that, but he's not a bad option if you can't get your first option, in my opinion, which would be Siakam from Toronto. But they are on the right path by hiring Nick Nurse, because obviously he, I believe, has some type of connection to Toronto. And by the way, let's not forget, Toronto has to make a move. They just can't keep Siakam there. They can't afford him. It isn't making sense. And they may be in somewhat of a rebuilding process. So if you're in a rebuilding process, what do? You evaluate your assets. You look at what you have, and then you see what you can do from there. Obviously, the most valuable piece, the most valuable asset they have is Siakam. So now you ask yourself, what can we get in return for him? I think the Sixers should definitely make an offer. They have to do something. All likelihood, James Harden probably will come back, should come back. It makes sense now, in a sense, because Nick Nurse does have a little bit of a reputation of being a no-nonsense coach, holds everyone accountable. At times it's been questioned how he goes about that, but nonetheless, he does do it. And hey, at the end of the day, it's about the results. Coach of the year, NBA champ. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. So, I mean, and he's done it in more of a recent time frame than, let's say, a Doc Rivers, who's did it in the late 09. And he's still riding on that. And I think Doc was blessed with more of a good, talented veteran team than him actually coaching that team to the finals and the championship. And I think Doc has definitely been exposed. So, I don't know what took the Sixers so long. It was a no-brainer to me. But I think it's a move that can keep Joel Embiid there. And now it's about, because obviously Joel Embiid blessed this, according to multiple reports, Nick Nurse, definitely one of the reasons he took the job as head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers was because of the relationship he has with Daryl Morey and the opportunity of coaching Joel Embiid, which I think is going to be, I think Joel's going to have another great year. I think he's going to have another great year. I think he's going to be able to add um, more tools to that defensive arsenal that he already has, because Nick Nurse is a defensive coach. So it's going to be very interesting to see the defensive schemes that he brings to the Sixers, and how does that mesh with Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, that offense. And does Harden come back? And if Harden comes back, how does that play out? How does that play out? Because rumor has it that's going on right now that James Harden is trying to get a team to migrate over to Houston. One of the candidates that's been thrown in the air or been named has been Paul George. Not bad, but you're going to need more. Paul George is at the tail end of his career, and so are you, James. So, y'all are going more towards the OG status of the NBA. So I don't see that, especially over in the Wild Wild West. Yeah, good luck with that. Your best bet, take that 210 that the Sixers are probably going to maybe offer you, anywhere from 2 to 210. Take that, sit down with Nick Nurse, come up with a game plan with you and Joel and Nick Nurse and Tyrese, and y'all figure this out. Other than that, go ahead to Houston. We'll slide Tyrese in your position and keep it moving. So it's definitely going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Do you think the Sixers made a good move by hiring Nick Nurse? Or should they have went maybe to Sam Cassell or maybe Monty Williams or something to that nature? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Appreciate all the love and support. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification button so you can be notified when I come back and drop all of the jewels and the Nostradamus moves and picks that I'm giving. Pay attention, y'all. I know what I'm doing. Until next time.